Yo, it's Flair. I'm gonna get this video out as a guide real quick while the route is new, just because there's so much new information in the route. This is obviously gonna be the most important one though for now, because this is a brand new world and most of the speedrun information on it has gone fully undocumented. Just 'cause, you know, it's 3 days old. It is pretty short. It's only 5 timepieces long. You can do all in under 5 minutes as a segment for the full world. And I'm going to be showing at the end of this video a run of this from a file that has Nyakuza Metro unlocked but not completed yet. For 2 reasons. 1, so I can just show you a full string together what this movement is going to look like. And 2, because there is one timepiece in this chapter that you can't replay after you do it for the first time, which is the first timepiece, the intro one. Get out of the money. Thank you. So yeah, this is a free roam chapter. And that's gonna imply some different things I'm gonna show you in a second. So, excluding the first timepiece, because, you know, it's the first time you enter the world, which you spawn in a completely different area. Once you are going into this, every time you spawn back in, you're going to be doing so at the entrance to the jewelry store. You aren't warped back to the spaceship whenever you complete timepieces in this world, and they're all linked within the main hub area of the metro. So, for that reason, I'm going to be showing you the movements beginning from here. So first off, we're going to be doing yellow manhole. This is what, you can do these in any order, excluding the first one. And I'm going to be showing you this first because it will take the most time to explain. You have to skip the yellow station. And also because it's the hardest, this is why runners do it first. So, there's 2 ways to do this. You want to be making it back here behind this door that you won't be able to open because you don't buy the Metro card because it's slow. But you want to get over that wall that I just went through, scale that, and once you're on top of there, you want to ride the train on top of this back alley, and then jump off down into here and hit the manhole. So I'm going to show you the 2 ways that I'm going to recommend you to do that. Just to separate you now, if you can or are willing to do the triple jump, this is the fastest method. If you want to learn how to triple jump and are interested in doing this, it saves a couple seconds over the other one I'm going to show you. This is the way I prefer to do it. I'm going to link a triple jump tutorial for DSJs and triple jumps in the description. Or TSJs, I guess. I prefer calling them triple jumps. But DSJ or TSJ. I'm not going to teach them here because there are already resources on that. So, go check that out if you would like to do this method. What I'm going to show you now is what I would recommend a lot of newcomers do. This is the other fastest way to skip the yellow station. And you also have to do this movement for a different timepiece. So I have to teach this to you anyway. But you climb on top of this building, and you want to scale this ramen bowl and land onto it. The place you want to aim is right here. This is somewhat precise. There are a lot of areas that you can grab onto where she will not fully climb up like that. And you want to avoid that happening because then you have to, you know, walk all the way back around. And then you lose a bunch of time and you're sad. The height requirements are also somewhat precise. So you want to make sure you don't cancel your dive until right before you're there. If you cancel your dive early, you in most cases won't make it. And the last thing is you want to aim for where this noodle right here veers up a little bit. This is where you can like stand on it at the lowest point, so this is where most people prefer to do it. You don't need anything fancy like an SDJ or a triple jump, you can just do that. Like I said, if you cancel your dive early, sometimes you won't make it, so I mean I can show you what that looks like. Never mind, I guess it takes worse timing than I thought. There we go. No, that still worked. Okay. I guess this jump is just easy. Yeah, just make sure you're doing that right. I mean, I could exaggerate it. And that won't work. But yeah. As long as you've got that down, like you can see, it is pretty consistent. And then you want to come over this way. Try and dive boost if you are dive boosting on these white lines, because if you try and dive the normal way, you can bonk into these panels, and it's stupid. Yeah, come up here, dive boost this way, sprint jump, dive over here, and make sure you actually land on this thing, because this roof right here, if I take one more step forward, I'm probably gonna slip and slide and fall off, and you don't want that happening, so just try and do that. And now you can scale this wall very easily. So once you make it up here, and this is regarding both methods of making it up, you're generally going to be presented with two situations. You either have a train in front of you, or you don't. And there's different movement for each of those. You can't really even control that much what train cycles you're going to be getting, because it relies on, first of all, your render distance, and second of all, global cycles, which means that they're running throughout every single level that you play. So, you know, lose 2 seconds in the first level, you may have a different train cycle in the fourth level or something silly like that. So you just want to be prepared for every situation. First of all, try and stay on the edge while you're waiting, if you are waiting, so that the train doesn't hit you. And then let's say you have a train in front of you, you climb up. You just want to jump and make it into this alleyway. If the trains aren't cooperating, just keep jumping and keep getting the boost speed applied to you. Whenever you jump off of a train, you do get a slight speed boost from it and the direction that it's moving. So yeah, you just jump up. Your camera might turn, just be prepared. And try and not dive whenever you fall in here. You can, it only loses a little bit of time if you dive and dive cancel to try and make it back here, and I would do so if I were scared that I wasn't going to make it. But optimally, the reason I don't is because you can't use your ice hat once you've done a dive. And I like to hole-in-one this manhole from up top. Otherwise, you're going to have to fall down, and then you bonk on the floor, and then you tech, and then you can get up and do it. That's a little bit slower, but like I said, if you're scared you're not going to make it, then feel free to dive. Am I making this? Okay. So let's say you don't have a train like this. Don't skip the second one, because the second one moves in the opposite direction. You're just going to want to play that safe and then make it through. Land, if the train is not in front of you, then just skip it, grab onto the second one, and then you're fine. Yeah, that's about it. And you can pull in one like this. If you kind of know where it is, then you can just snipe it from above. Now, for those of you who can triple jump, this is the other method. Like I said, you get up here, do a triple jump off that rail. Let's say you have a train in front of you. Just get up, cool. Sprint to the front of the train until you're almost over here, and then just jump off, fall in, hole in one. You can STJ, you can sprint jump, you can dive if you want to, whatever. Just make sure overall that you make it in. That's the most important thing. Like, you don't even need to do you don't even need to do an STJ to make it in there. I just sprint until I'm almost there, switch to my ice hat, jump and double jump in, and on one. Now the movement gets a bit different on this method if you have a train not available to you. So let's say I miss the train completely. Let's say I land right here, right? I can dive boost and chase the train and go just about as fast as it, and then grab onto the next one. You don't need to wait for the train, and honestly, I don't even recommend you do so, because dive boosting goes just about the same speed as the train. But there's a different scenario. Let's say you grab on, if you just missed it, you're on the last car. Never mind, I have to do it again. Yeah, let's say you're on the last car, or literally right behind the train, enough that you can keep up with it and stay on its tail like this. Once the other train goes away, you can beat it out and make it through just before it hits you. And I actually like doing that movement if I'm presented with that situation. It is pretty fast. So let me show that one more time. Let's pretend I land right about here. I can't grab on because it's on the last car, so I'm just going to follow behind it. Dive boost once the other train goes away, and then hole in one. So now we're in the manhole. Right, this first room is pretty simple. You want to dive boost forward and jump onto this table. Or the chairs, whatever. And then dive onto this teacup right here. Once you're on this and you've landed, you can jump up to here. You don't need to dive or anything. You can just use a jump and a double jump. And it's kind of important you do so if you want to go fast. Because if you haven't used your dive when you grab onto it, then you can dive immediately after vaulting over. Whereas if you dive, you have to wait until you touch the ground again. So that's what I like to do, is I just do this and then dive over. Once you've dive boost back here, jump on this back wall one time, jump and double jump, and then jump off one more time. Now, this is the main difficulty of the manhole movement. I hate this jump, honestly. But you can skip that whole back alleyway and going up and around by just grabbing onto this ledge right now. You can either do a normal jump or you can do a triple jump off of these boxes or off of this grass. This is the method that I do right there. Or you can just stand on these boxes. This jump is the method that doesn't involve a triple jump, so I guess it's what I'm going to recommend to beginners, but this jump is kind of stupid. Sometimes I'll just randomly get a third try. You need very precise jump timings to make this. So first of all, you need to jump once, grab on at the peak of your jump, let Hat Kid climb as high as she can before she starts going down. And then jump, double jump, dive, and dive cancel. And you want to go fairly fast with it to make sure that Hat Kid doesn't spend any time lingering in the air, because that's going to lose you height and make it more likely that you will barely not grab the ledge. And honestly, getting a rhythm for this, for me, the jump, double jump, and dive timings has been somewhat close to the music's BPM for me. That's just a stupid thing that I do because I'm a moron who uses musical cues, but... Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. And sometimes I just randomly get this like fourth try because it sucks. Bum 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 bum. It's like ever so slightly faster than the music's BPM. Bum 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 bum. 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 Yeah, that's pretty much the rhythm. Now, you can practice that. I had to spend a while practicing it until I started doing this. I like to triple jump off of this bush right here immediately after I land. And for any triple jump methods that you do, you have to grab this wall after the second jump. So you sprint jump, then you cancel and do a normal jump. After you've done that, before you use your double jump, you have to grab onto the wall so that you can climb up. So it's jump, jump, wall, jump again, and then dive cancel. That's the method that I prefer to do. This is the most consistent for me. But that's also because I practiced triple jumps already for a while. You can also do the same thing off of these boxes if you just grab on like that. And then you're a little bit higher up, so you can actually make it ledge grabless, which is slightly faster, depending on your train cycle. But yeah. If you know how to triple jump, I would honestly recommend you do this. And then the whole train or no train thing that I've been talking about before doesn't really matter here. If you don't have a train, you have to wait for the next one. Like, it's not faster to wait, or to try and skip it. And then you just jump and double jump off and make it to the timepiece. So now you're gonna have to mash through a cutscene coming up here for a brief moment. You have to do this after every timepiece. And now you're back in the jewelry store. So next we're going to be going to the yellow overpass. This is another yellow timepiece. And the way you get up here is by doing that jump that I taught you at the beginning of the video. You got to get on top of this bowl, like before. And then this time you go straight forward from here, and you come inside this little dome right here. You jump, 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 double jump, make it up. And then you have to wait until there's a train right above your head. Avoid jumping up if you're right below the last car, because then you're gonna just fall down like this. Generally, a rule of thumb is you don't want to try and grab the last car because you're just gonna fall down. Yeah, you can just jump and double jump and make it up. And then here, you need to be really careful that you make it onto this platform without falling down. This is a somewhat thin platform, so if you wall climb up it and you keep holding forward, you will fall off like that. If you make it down into here, it's pretty annoying to make it back up. So once again, if you know how to triple jump, I accidentally did it right there where I fell over. You can triple jump off that box and make it up. This is what I do once again because I know how to triple jump. If you don't want to do that, the other method is pretty annoying. So you have to grab onto this train, but whenever you get on a train, it shifts your camera to follow it. So once you grab the train, instead of holding left like it is, you have to start holding backwards and then do the jump blind. So have fun with that. Oh, that's not good. Or, not God, ghost. There you go. Okay. Yeah, let's do that one more time. So yeah, your camera turns around backwards, do that blind. It's annoying. So yeah, just whenever you grab onto this from a train, once you start wall climbing, once she's fully made it over, don't hold forward the whole way. Just once she's made it up, just let go of forward, and then she'll grab onto it and land down. Then once you're here, you want to turn around and look this way because the next train that you want to jump to is right in your vision. And if there's one available to you, you can jump off of the wall and make it up. If you're about to see the last car pass, you don't want to jump up, just like usual. Like I've been saying for the whole time, don't jump on the last car. But you want to jump a single time, wall climb up the wall, jump, dive, make it onto the train. And then the last timepiece is right there. It's like this, I might fall. Yep, yeah. You want to avoid doing that. So yeah, one more time. Gotta wait a brief moment for the train to come. There you go, you just sprint jump, then you're up there. Next is the green clean station. The movement I'm about to show you right now, you're going to have to do twice, because the fourth timepiece we do is actually in a secret area in green clean. So first off, come around the left corner, and you dive into this mud. Dive forward into the cat. Sometimes it can go too quickly, you want to avoid that happening. Because you don't want him to hit you and you get stuck under the roof, but that generally doesn't happen to me. If you want to wait, like, you know, a brief moment and just let him hit you up, that's fine or whatever. And then you sprint jump into this cat, jump and dive over here, hit this one, you know, the casual movement, and then jump into him. Now here, this cat can be somewhat annoying because if he's at the bottom, you just straight up have to wait for him. So you can just land up here. Wait, where did he go? What the... What? I'm so confused. Dude, the cat just fell out of bounds or something. Okay, well, we're restarting level. That was very entertaining. Okay, goodbye. He is still gone. Okay. You know what? We're doing the fast strat real quick. I'm not going to teach you this because this strat sucks, but you can jump into this guy, whatever, come up here. Oh my god. Skip ahead if you don't want to see this. Sorry about this, but literally no idea why the cat just fell out of bounds and disappeared completely. But this is the fast strat. You jump and land on this tiny lip in the wall, and it's really terrible, and I would not recommend. I could get it in runs, but it would be like throwing it away. Super risky, but it saves like 5 seconds, so feel free to practice that if you want to get a good IL time. So let's go back. Dive boost into the cat. Dive boost over here. hit this guy, and the cat's back. So what I like to do, I like to take that boost and go around all this stuff. Like, you can just jump and land up here and then hit the cat normally. But that gives you a different launch, and it's going to launch you straight into this guy. And then if you want to go fast, you're going to have to cancel that bounce and then jump back in the other direction, which is somewhat slow. But as you saw, if you approach the cats from different angles like that, you can get different launches. If you approach this one from underneath... Oh my god, what is this dude doing? Why did he just fall down? Actually, what is going on with the AI right now? This is so whack. But yeah, show that movement one more time. Oh, come on. I like to approach him from underneath, because that gives you a different launch, where you can just go straight up here. Now, the timepiece is over there like you saw. You can do so by just SDJing onto this train. You want to go into this corner where the timepiece is. And also because the train veers down a little bit, so it's a little easier to grab on height requirements. The normal way, if you really can't get this down, is only a few seconds slower. You want to hit this cat when he's at the bottom. You go on those platforms and you just jump around and it's easy. Yeah, you want to SDJ in this direction, grab on the train, do a normal jump, wait till the speed boost stops getting applied to you because it's going opposite of where you want to go. And then you jump, dive, and make it over here. So I'm going to go back a little bit, show that again. You can make this with a normal jump, but it is somewhat precise. Like, that barely made it, and I got a pretty good timing on my jumps, and I did a coyote jump, so I wouldn't recommend that. I would just try and hit the SDJ, because SDJs generally people are slightly better at. So if you can do this, I would recommend you do so. Be careful not to make it onto the last car, because you don't want to fall down. But yeah, if you can't get that down, just take the normal way. It's not that much slower. Now, we're going to have to do that movement one more time so we can go to the secret area. If you know the secret boss fight above green, we're going to use that as a shortcut to go to Pink Paw Station. And that's going to be the final timepiece that we do. So do this movement one more time. Please don't screw me. This cat sucks. So here, we're going to do the same thing. You want to grab onto this train. This time you want to wait a little bit and jump over here and grab onto this thing. If you can't make it all the way up here, if you don't go as far and you land down here, that's fine. Because the jump we're going to do to make it on top of here works the whole way. You just want to make sure you jump onto this and then jump and wall jump back. Hit this, jump and wall jump back. Just make sure you don't accidentally hit this wall or something, because that's scary. If that happens, just make sure you double jump back onto here so you don't fall down, because that would be terrible. But yeah, just hit this thing, and then you're good. And you're up here where the secret egg is. You want to hit this spring. You know, you're in the secret boss fight. You want to immediately turn around. You want to jump and dive cancel to cancel like the upwards height from the spring. And then you just sprint jump off, and then dive. Make sure you make it over here. And now you're all the way at the top of the pink station. If there's a train right in front of you, just wait a brief moment, and then you can just dive boost across, make it to the end. And that is Pink Paw. And then once you've done that, as soon as you can, you're going to keep hitting pause, and then you back to hub. And that's how you close out of the Metro segment. So now lastly, I'm going to go to my file for Metro. I'm going to show you the hub movement to get into Metro, and I'm going to show you the first level. It's 36% when you download it. I'm going to link this in the description, but it is on the resources page of the Hat in Time Speedrun.com page. It's posted by Sonic Yellow. It should be called Nyakuza Metro file. And you can use this to do individual world speedrun of this level and practice the route. So you spawn up here, coming down to the finale door, go into the lab, and then over here, you jump. You're gonna have to hit this panel, mash the text, then jump, ice hat down in, and then just run over here and open the telescope. So this is going to be the intro timepiece. This is the one that you can't practice unless you use this file, because you can only play through it once. So starting out, you're going to want to run right in front of you. There is a cat that will knock you up to where you need to go. So I'm just going to dive forwards and hit him whenever I finally load in. The first load takes forever. So yeah, through here, come to the right. There's going to be a little cutscene here. It's kind of awkward. And then you just take the next train. You can jump or STJ if you want to go super fast, whatever, and then hit this guy. You want to wait for, well, you don't want to wait for this train. I was going to say, if you don't want to wait for this train, there is an STJ that you can do to make it across. But I don't believe you can climb this wall. Yeah, you can't climb the wall. So if you fail that, or if you can't get it, then you just want to wait here. Make sure you don't get hit by the train, like I did. Yeah, let's say you don't make it up. You just want to... For the most part, I would recommend you don't do this in the first place, but yeah, you can grab onto this train and then save it. Then you want to make sure you hit this cat while he's still over to the side, because that will knock you over this wall. Come down. You can either take the trains, or you can STJ across again. This is what I do. Dive boost down here. Then to make it up this wall, to avoid having the cat come around here, you can wall jump off this, jump, double jump, dive. That will put you up. And you want to make sure that you get this train. If you don't get this train, you have to wait for the next one, and these trains are somewhat long. Sprint forward to the front of the train. STJ off, or do whatever movement you want. Then throw a brewer at this guy, and then hit him twice. And that's about it. So now that I've shown you that, that's pretty simple. I'm just real quick gonna do a full IW of the level, and hopefully it's under 5 minutes. Alright. So jump down here. The Alpine door will already be unlocked because you have to do lab. So you'll have already gone into this room one time before. Then you just hit the panel. I'm going to do the STJ here because I got a bad train cycle. I think it's possible to make one train cycle faster than this, but this is my least practiced Metro level, obviously. Oh my god, I went way too fast. Oh my god. This guy sucks. A good time for this level is like 45 seconds. So yeah, beginner strat here. I'm gonna go ahead and wait for this next train. Pull and one it. On the table. This jump sucks. Alright. That's not a good time either. Good time for that level is also like around 45 seconds or lower. My best is a 37, which that's like really good. And that doesn't do the beginner strat either. That does the triple jump. So that explains why it's a few seconds slower. Yeah, you can get like 45 seconds with the beginner strat. Barely making this cycle here. But this should be a decent green clean time. 25 is good. Unless if you do the really stupid strat, then 25 to 23 is the best you can hope for. Now for Pink Paw. See, like there, I almost went too early. I almost bonked my head on the roof. Alright, so barely making this cycle again. Jump up here. Turn around. I like to snap my camera there. It's a camera snap button, since I have to face the opposite direction. This is not a very nice train cycle. It's a decent time. And yeah, that is a... Oh, you know what? I forgot to do yellow overpass. So that doesn't matter, because you can do them in any level order you want. See, I do the same movement as before. You come up here. I'm barely making this train cycle. And there, that is a 4:34, which is a somewhat decent time. My PB has a 4:50, so that's the kind of Nyakuza I would hope to get in a run. And then, of course, you exit to hub and go do finale.
Here we go!
So, I hope that helps. Helps you learn some stuff. That is a really solid time to get in a run, and that uses beginner strats. So, yeah. Good luck with the new 90% route.